Hey there, don't be scared, my name is Ben Brode. I read a thread on Reddit and it said that I should sing an ode because our cinematic didn't have a song, nothing to bump your head to, nothing to sing along. Well, I don't know, I don't think that was wrong, but I went home anyway and wrote this song. Ungoro Crater is coming sooner than later. Elise is not gonna wait. Her scouts are aiming for haters. Yo, this land is dangerous. How can I explain this? Let me just say it's not famous for being painless. Even the plants won't give you half a chance. Pick up the wrong flower. Oops, there goes your hands. And that's not all, the elementals are calling. And if you put them all in, you gon' be ballin'. I see you look at it, don't be afraid of it. If magma rage is your favorite, it's time to savor it. Yo, the junior explorers head into the forest, mapping it for us. Look out, dinosaurs about, everybody shouts as we head into the chorus. Journey to Ungoro. How did you convince me to do this? Journey to Ungoro. Whatever. If I had just one request, one thing you'd do at my behest, honestly, I think it would be the best if you would take a look at the legendary quests. Ooh, they cost 1 mana, and they start in your hand, and they enter play when you slam them. But be careful and plan them, because the rewards are huge, but only if your deck has a certain point of view or thing you're trying to do. If you build it wrong, you take too long, you never get your question on. But that's fine, this set has a lot more. That's right, it's got a ton of dinosaurs. But these ain't your normal dinos, something is cracked. Energy from around the craters causing them to adapt. You want flaming claws, poisonous.
Welcome back, everybody, to yet another episode of the Saloon. As always, I am the Big Ted, joined here, but tonight by, as always, Mr. RonMexico. How's it going, my man?
Hey, it's pretty good, man. Just jamming to that Ungoro rap is pretty sweet.
Yep.
Excited to be here for a great week of Saloon, and extra excited for our special guest as well. Let's get to it.
Wow, I thought I was first.
All right, and I'm sorry. Listen. Your mic is muted. I didn't know if you were eating or what. I just thought it was
No,
you.
I tried to mute myself so there's no background noise.
All right.
Just
let me introduce you, man.
I'm watching you, Ted. I'm watching you.
All right. Also, I guess he's already butted in, but you might call him James Bond because he's currently 0-7. It is Sage. How's it going?
Oh, I'm great.
Damn.
I hope everybody had a good weekend. Oh my god, that was pretty sick. Oh, my butt hurts.
That's way too much information. I didn't need to know that. Anyways,
did you have a good weekend, Ted?
Yes, I did. Also, we have a very special.
How about you, Ron? Come on, let me finish my thing, Ron.
What?
Did everybody have a good weekend?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
And our special guest, Ted.
Yeah, well, we have our very special guest. He is also known as the Keeper of the Shadow Realm, the Shunsui. How's it going?
Yeah. What up? How everybody going? I'm glad to be here.
We're glad to have you.
We're happy to have you. Did you have a good weekend, Shunsui?
Yeah, for sure. I stayed undefeated on stream. Got a couple points in legacy. It's starting to turn around for me.
Nice.
That sounds really high.
Very good to hear.
I managed to beat somebody in legacy as well. Luckily, I'm doing a little better there than I am in hero. So.
And yes, I would also like to thank Claus, as he is reminding me in the chat for remembering to tell me to turn off the 10-minute delay.
Oh yeah.
As he's bugging me in chat about. But anyways, let's get this thing started. Of course, as you all know, we are going to start off with the player of the week. So, Sage, go ahead.
All right, thank you. Well, the player of the week for this week is Diamond, and they say here the Diamond is the king of 1-3. Decided to flip that scoreline on his opponent this week. getting him his first win of his abbreviated hero season. This was a big win for him, as he was a 179 PR underdog in this match, making him the current BGH, by the way. Not only was this a big individual win, but it also pushed his team over the edge in a 14-11 win. And we went ahead and reached out to Diamond and asked him if he had anything he wanted us to mention on stream, and he said, just Druid when it hits. And because that's what happened in his match, and GG's to Mako.
Very good.
Yeah, well said. It definitely hits when it hits.
Yeah.
And it hits hard.
Who's just said in chat Diamond nominated himself.
Next level moves. Well played, Diamond.
Oh man. All right, but
I didn't know you could vote for yourself. I would have been doing that shit.
man, all I know is you're about to say a lot more nominations for Ted. Anyways.
Ted's gonna make some alt accounts and nominate Ted.
If I manage to get a single win this season, I am nominating myself the moment it happens.
Nice.
Well,
I'll nominate you too, buddy.
I appreciate that.
You got my vote.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
All right, but
It ain't happening, but I appreciate y'all.
anyways,
that's why I said I'll nominate you, because it's really easy to say.
I do believe it is time for the meta report.
Absolutely. Let's get to
So,
it.
for our third week in the row, the Demon Hunter, Druid Hunter, Warrior lineup stayed as king, but for the second week in a row, it goes sub 500.
Yeah.
Some interesting changes here. One of the things that jumps out the most is the Demon Hunter, Druid, Priest, Warrior. There's not very many being brought, but the win rate is pretty high. And we've noticed that quite a few times where lineups with Priest have been doing really well. So for those hero players paying attention who keep bringing Priest, it's been paying off, although far and away people are bringing that top lineup.
Yes, that is definitely a good point. But if you look right below at the Priest win rate itself for last week, it is not very great.
That's a 36% win rate last week. But overall, throughout the entire season, Priest still has a positive win rate of 52%. So, I mean, last week is a pretty small sample size.
Can we talk about Hunter last week?
What happened with Hunter last week?
14-29. That's abysmal.
It got banned.
There's a lot of there's a lot of overall Hunter bans, but I mean, even last week banned 6 times, but the times it wasn't banned, man, it had a hard time.
Oh yeah, like I said, I think I said it last week. If you're not banning Hunter, then you are looking to beat it every time. I think that might be the same deal with Priest. Is if you're not banning it, then you're just beating it. And it might also be that some of the people bringing Priest maybe aren't super good at the matchups as far as I don't know. Priest is super polarized, so they're probably just winning their one match and then losing the next one because of how polarized it is. There's a lot to really unbox there with the Priest win rate.
Yeah,
I think.
Also, Mage finally having a good week, which it really hasn't so far this season.
Oh wow.
Yeah, pretty small sample size again, obviously, but 80% in 5 games is still nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be hard for Mage to turn it around on a overall season basis with that 37% win rate over 90 games.
Yeah. Also, just like we all thought, Mage and Paladin boasting the 2 best win rates of 80 and 70% respectively. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we all saw that coming.
Yeah, definitely.
And once again, Shaman. Zero brings for Shaman.
7 total times this entire season.
Yeah. Compare that to 370 for Demon Hunter. That's right, Buse. Lemons doesn't play heroes, so no shamans.
Well, wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not even 7 brings. That's just 7 times it's been played. It's probably been brought even less than that.
Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but the Shaman is now averaged 1 game a week throughout this entire season.
Yep. hanging out in the dumpster.
Yeah.
But not really too much else going on with this meta at the
No.
moment. Warrior's still the prime ban target. After that, it's most of the time Demon Hunter, and then we get a few other ones just if they're maybe our specific targets. But yeah, the meta's really kind of solidified.
Yeah, but also just another thing to quickly mention is that you can see top 8 lineups, both Demon Hunter and Warrior, in every single lineup.
Yep. I think it'd be kind of crazy to not bring Demon Hunter and Warrior at this point.
Yeah. But, like, it's, I don't know, I just find that insane that, like, yes, it is crazy, but I know there are definitely some crazy people in Hero Series. And I'm surprised there isn't some lineup that doesn't include one of them that's at least somewhat popular.
Yeah, very true.
We should really get some of the screenshots of, like, the seeds and just all the people in them that I think Arhat has been posting, just like posting it in Hero Series and being like, what is going on this season with Hero? Why? How? What?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
All right, but yeah, I think if no one has anything else to say, we can move on.
Yeah, you can move on to the review.
All right, our first match of the week: Spies That Flies versus ATL. Let's say Ron, you can run us through this one.
All right, so battle of two top teams here, and Spies That Flies once again remaining perfect with no losses on their record. 15-10 win over ATL. Hard-fought match throughout. There were some close ones. Binoculars beating Lotus Knight really jumped out to me. Lars is really impressive this season. That was one of the biggest chances that ATL was taking in their overall PR build, putting Lars in the 2. And Lars is sitting at 4-3, just taking a win over a 550 player here in Lotus. That was amazing. But the rest of the Spies just seemed to be a bit too strong to overcome. Avi taking a 3-1 over Blue Spartan. Based once again continuing her absolute invincibility in Hero with a sweep over Shadow Ranger, who was undefeated 2 weeks ago until he ran into the Pasca and Based Buzzsaw. Lemur gets a strong win over Pawn Free Hong Kong there. And our special guest, my main man, Shunsui, picking up a big win over Chubbs with a 3-1 there to get some more points for ATL. But I think this is just the battle of two playoff teams, and they'll probably both stay in contention for playoffs here going forward.
Oh, yeah. That was
Absolutely.
definitely a big win against Chubbs. He was on fire for the first half of the season. Like, he was just knocking it out of the park left and right. And he's kind of tapered off a little bit, it seems.
Yeah.
Is that a 3-game losing streak?
Yeah, it is. He started off 4-0. He's 3-0 or 0-3 since.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the last round of nerfs or something. Might have messed him up a little bit, and he's still recovering. Maybe that's it.
Actually, I think he was regularly bringing Face Hunter, and Face Hunter got nerfed.
Yeah, true.
That could be it.
All right.
Right.
That's a good spot.
Anyways, next up we have No Pros here versus Licensed to Illidan. Rob, would you like to run us through this one? Or, sorry, Sage. I meant to say Sage. Poppy.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. Go for it.
Okay. So we got NPH versus Licensed to Illidan. In the 1, we have Donde taking it 3-2 over Skittles. In the 2, Agent Pee-wee himself, 3-0 versus Trippy Toad. Trippy Toad really not having such a hot season here. He did super good last season. I guess maybe this meta just isn't gelling with him like it is.
Yeah.
And
I feel your pain, Trippy. 1-6 gang.
I don't know that anybody feels it harder than I do. Anyways, in the 3, didn't we have this already before? What was this? No. Pasca already played his match this week.
That's this week.
Anyways, so Pasca took it 3-2 over Anfall, remaining undefeated, and I guess we'll just cover it later. But he's still undefeated. He already played the Madman, and then we have Disco taking it 3-1 over Scritch, my boy, and Saku sweeping the previously undefeated Electabuzz. Now that right there was something I did not see coming. I think we all probably had Electabuzz picked to win, and we all lost on that one. So
Yeah,
good
that's
job,
incredible.
Saku.
A sweep, not just a win, a sweep over. I'm pretty sure Electabuzz was the highest game score player in all of Hero Series, undefeated,
Nice.
and Saku just took him down. That's impressive.
Saku
Yeah.
got my revenge. He got my revenge from the shadows because I was about to sweep Electabuzz, but I blew it. It got reverse swept by Quest Warlock.
Ah,
Shout out.
there you go. You
Shout
must have
out,
hyped him up.
shout out to Saku. Now we got a duelist connection. He knew I needed him to do that.
Nice.
I'm looking right now. Oh man, Saku feels a little bad. 3 PR away from overtaking Diamond's BGH with that one.
Oh wow,
Oh,
almost.
Almost.
I do smell a Player of the Week nomination
Oh
incoming. Though.
yeah, I think there's not much question about that. It's a huge win. Well, I mean, his team still ended up falling a little close or a little short, which is unfortunate. But yeah,
well,
that's a
yeah, but
big
the player of
win.
the week isn't about the team; it's about the player. Come
Yeah.
on, Ted.
Well, I'm just saying a big factor that a lot of people seem to
Yeah.
nominate with is, did the player of the week get a win that ended up helping their team win?
That's a good point. It's relevance towards team victory and putting yourself in playoff contention. And
Yeah.
License to Illidan still got a tough road ahead.
Definitely.
Meanwhile,
and-
NPH, sitting firmly in second.
All right.
All right, let's move on to the Dead Legend
Anyways.
versus the Colt.
I guess I'll.
So, Ted, do you want
Yeah.
to take this one?
Yeah, we'll take this one. By the way, if anybody wants to replace Sage next season, DM me. Anyways, Dead Legend versus the Cult. The battle of 3-2s. So we see Dead Legend end up taking the top 3 seeds, all 3-2, with Icicles over Enzy, filling in for Heatshock, Snorlax over Last Champ, and Yellow Dart over myself. We did see Sanguine and Quaz both take their matches over Hockey Boys and Turd, 3-2, but Dead Legend barely squeaking out the 16-14 win over the Colt.
Yeah, that was super duper close. Every game to 5 games every time. Every time. That couldn't have been closer. And we did see the match between Sanguine and Hockey on stream last week, and I think that was just a good precursor to everything that was going to come after.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was extremely back and forth, and it looked like all these games were. Colt's almost there in playoff contention. So even though they didn't get the win, 14 points is pretty big, and it keeps them hanging around.
Yeah, that does lead.
That's very, very solidly in double-digit territory. That's good.
Yeah, and obviously Dead Legend sitting there at number 3 in the standings. They were so dominant through the first 2 weeks, started to fall off a little bit, and then I think they're right back on track here now.
Yeah, and it definitely does put the Cult right now. They're 16 points out with 4 weeks to play, so it puts them in that spot where, they're not basically they needed this 14-point week to stay within striking distance to still have a prayer.
Classic Cult hanging around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Listen, Cult might always make playoffs, but they're going to be in it until the last week. All right. Next up, F2O Black versus the Young Guns. Shunsui, would you like to run us through this one?
F2L Black. No, you can go ahead. These notes are a little confusing. I'm on my mobile, so it's not spread out too far.
Sorry, I can take this one.
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
So we got a 16-8 victory for F2L Black here. Young Guns, they were struggling to find some wins. They finally started to turn it around a little bit, but this was a really tough series for them here against F2L. The team that's 1 point out of playoffs if playoffs started today. So another top contender here. They've got a 3-2 win in the 1 seed. Coles over Tweeg. I know that one was really close. I remember Tweeg saying he almost had it, and then Druid started pulling some strong Druid things. We got Old Man Catman, oldest player in THL, I'm pretty sure, 70. Taking the sweep over Dragon Rider in her first week of subbing in Hero. Rabobson finally finding a win over Buse in a sweep there too. That was a really big, much needed win for Rabobson. Welcome to the 1-6 gang. It's great here. We're all we're all having a great time. Then we got Chronic with another sweep victory here over Diamond. And Kazargar with the 3-2, a tough win over Doomsday. So some of these games were close. The games that Young Guns lost that went 5, and then there were sweeps outside of that. This was just a really important week for F2L to grab as many points as possible to put themselves, as close as they can into the playoff conversation. Young Guns definitely about that, playing spoiler. Maybe they wanted to get to 69 points. Diamond was talking about 69 for Booze Cruise, I think, last week. Now you can just hold on to 69 the whole rest of the season. That's an achievement too, Young Guns. If you want to just lose all your games, just permanent sweep going forward. It's an achievement to get to. But I'm sure we won't see that happen. They're gonna keep striving to
that
get
would
some
make
victories.
a statement. That it would.
It would be quite the statement.
Man, I just want to
69, and we are here to stay.
I just want to say, Big Brain Diamond passing up his usual 3-1 score line just so he could keep his team at 69. What That's a captain!
Right. The guy's got commitment.
All right. Anyways, moving on next to Tampam Surf Slam versus Anoyo team. I'll run through this one. In the one, we had Marty Brodeur, A2. A2 Battleship sweeping Ducharme. 2 seed. Marty Brodeur sweeping R-Hat. That's a big win.
Wow, it's a big win.
That's a huge win. In the 3 seed, we had Jero Juggerlot barely squeezing one out over Totino's 3-2. 4 seed, we have Meta Arms barely squeezing one out over Osmonaut 3-2. 5 seed, Jim Falos winning 3-1 over Mike V.
Yeah, so the win against R-Hat really surprised me. Everybody on the show last week picked R-Hat. Nobody had any faith in Martin Brodeur at all. And he took it the 3-0, man. That is incredible. Good job, Martin Brodeur. That was a big win.
I think he thrives on that. He wants us to not pick him so he can show us all up.
Oh, well,
way to go, man. That's a big win.
All right, and finally we have Burninators versus the Booze Crews, and I know you've been waiting a while to run through this one. So, Ron, do you want to run through this one?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We finally
Sage
got the win. No, deny it to Sage. Deny it to Sage. He calls all the losses. I get the win. No, you can give it to Sage.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just wanted to make it bad. I can't actually do that to him.
Well, anyways, I still lost. In the 1, Lil Herthy taking it 3-1 over Zancat. In the 2, RonMexico 1-3. Come on, against Dr. Bomb D.
Really, you're talking?
And in the 3,
he's getting to that.
Starkey taking it 3-1 over your mum kid. All these 1-3, 3-1s, and then myself losing 1-3 to Matty Ebbs, which was a very close game, I'll have you know. I brought one deck that just kind of floundered. It could have done better. It came pretty close, really surprisingly close, but it just did not do well. And then in the 5, Silver taking the sweep over Shu Baka, who I'm facing in Legacy this week. Shu, good luck, man. I'll just go ahead and beat you like I did last season.
That's a big PR difference too. How far off is Silver from BGH there?
Let me do the math.
What does BGH stand for?
Big Game Hunter.
It's like the largest PR differential in a match.
He's still a bit off. What is that? 35 PR?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just curious. But yeah, proud of Silver there. That was the clinching win too. It looks like, without that, Booze Crews probably would have found the victory there. So lucky us.
Yeah. Also, Harthy and Medusas, do you guys need like a good chiropractor to work on your backs? They must be really hurting.
I got a question. How is the town drunk not on the team called Booze Crews?
That's actually a great question.
It's a good question.
That's something that I think we mentioned earlier in the season.
Is he the captain? I think it looks like he's the captain.
No.
Boozosaurus.
Yeah. Boozosaurus is the captain, but Town Drunk is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. I know. Where's Donnie at? Jeez.
I don't know.
I guess that's their punishment for not signing up Town Drunk. They're almost at the bottom of the standings. They made that mistake, and it punished them throughout the season. It's not too late, Booze Cruise. Sign him quick.
Man, that's who they should have got to replace Cone.
Donnie. Yeah, that's a great point. Actually, they probably should have got Donnie to do it.
Yeah. All right. But anyways, I do believe that about brings us to the end of the last week review. So, I do believe Ron has a few words.
That's right. It is sellout time, everybody. So, hey there, Twitch viewers. We are once again asking for your subscription support. Please consider subscribing to our channel. This subscription enables the THL team to help cover the various costs of operating our website, as well as improve the quality of our streams and content to our viewers. If you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you can sub to this channel for free. Subscribers will get a THL emoticon as well as the lovely THL chat badge. So hit that heart button and keep the notifications on to make sure you catch our team broadcasting live. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest, our website, teamhearthlegends.com. Follow us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us on Discord at Team Hearth Legends. Check out the THL POW podcast for power rankings for all the series, wherever you find your podcasts. And the true Hearth legend himself, Saku, has been posting all of the videos on our YouTube channel. Just search Team Hearth Legends to catch everything previously recorded. You're, of course, watching us on our Twitch channel live, twitch.tv/Team Hearth Legends, or possibly on our YouTube channel in the future. And for those of you who are THL fanatics, there are THL shows every single day of the week still. You can't go wrong tuning in at any time for some amazing Hearthstone-related content. Now back to the good part.
Thanks, Ron, as always.
You got it.
All right. Beautifully done.
Anyways,
and did we mention that Saku does like thumbnails and timestamps and stuff for all those? My God, man is a legend.
Hey, we got Disco. Much appreciated, buddy.
We got a sub.
Twitch
Prime sub.
Nice.
4-month sub, 2-month streak. That's fantastic.
Thanks, Disco. All right, but anyways, I believe it is now time to move on to the current week.
All right.
So we're going to start off with the Spies That Flies versus License to Illidan. Ron, go ahead.
So this one, you've got the top team in Hero versus a team that is close to the bottom. They're maybe in contention, but honestly, License to Illidan probably has to get a win this week to have any real chance at making the playoffs with this little time left, and I don't think it's going to happen this week. Spies the Flies just too strong. I've got Avi winning over Donde in the 1. I think Lotus takes the 2 over Trippy Toad. We'll probably be joining each other in the 1-7 gang next week, but we'll see. We've got Based against Anfall, and honestly, I get the feeling Base is just going to have an undefeated season. I don't see anybody beating her, and I think it's unfair that she's in the 3. So, Anfall, sorry, buddy. You're definitely going to be BGH if you win it, though. Lemur versus Mako in the 4. I think Mako actually can get the victory here for Illidan, but I'm pretty sure that's their only win. I've got Chubbs finally turning around this losing streak and picking up a victory. So Spies That Flies 4-1.
Wow.
So Spies That Flies like almost essentially has 3 550 players in their top 3 seeds. That is so unfair.
Yeah, it's nonsense. Well, Based was in the 400s at the beginning of the season.
That's true.
Me and her are on opposite trajectories at the moment. I'm finding my way to where she was PR wise to start this season. I started at 550 and I'm going all the way down.
You know, the only reason you're not going to get most improved next season is because I'm going to get it.
Nice. Clever.
All right, Sage, you want to go next?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So, yeah, in the one, so we've got AV versus Donde, and Avi. It is so hard to pick against Avi here, but Donde, I think he is really trying to show that his team is to be reckoned with. He's going to take it in the one here against Avi. In the two, Lotus against Trippy. Trippy's not having a great season, and Lotus is doing pretty darn good. He's positive for sure, and that's great. So I think Lotus takes it here over Trippy, who's just not doing too hot. In the three, Based 7-0. If you pick against Based, there is something wrong with you. All right, Based is taking.
There's something wrong. There's something wrong with me.
Oh.
In the four, I've got Lemur taking it over Mako. I have nothing really to say about that, Marco. I love you, but I think Lemur probably just beat you this week, man. I'm sorry. And
You
in
hear that, Lemur? He doesn't think you're washed up anymore.
Yeah, I guess not. You got me, man. You're positive. Then being positive is not being washed up. Sure, I am. I'm probably the definitive washed up player this season. And in the five, I've got Saku, the legend, taking it over Chubbs, who is just not. He needs to come back off of this losing streak he's on right now. Maybe he does it this week. You know, there's definitely a possibility. But I think Saku probably takes it off of him. Chubbs just needs to find his new deck that just beats people. You know, I think that's what he needs to do. And good luck to you, Chubbs. I wish you the best of luck with your journey because I'm right there with you.
He's still in the shadows. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right. Shunsui, what do you think?
I got Saku winning because I just can't not vote for Saku. And I played Chubbs. Both of them are good players, but I think Saku will take it. I got 2-star Mako. He's played one less game than Lemur, but 2-star is going to take it. And Fall, I got faith in you. Go ahead and end that win streak. Lotus Knight, such a good guy, man. Former teammate. I can't vote against him. The world just wouldn't be right if I did. And I think Avi and Donde, they're going to tie and like kill themselves like 3 games in a row and just going to have to concede. But I think License to Illy is going to get it.
All right. And final.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't say that. I was thinking 3. It's going to go Despise 3-2. I totally skipped over that. My bad.
Yeah, and the Spies, they beat us last week, so I can't like vote for them to win. Like, you know, that just doesn't make sense. So they're going down this week. It just
goes against your instincts. I can respect that.
All right.
Yes, heart of the cards.
Yeah.
All right. I have Avi in the one. You know, I think this can go either way. Avi certainly turned around his season, though. I think he started, like 02? Something like that, maybe 03. But he's back to over 500. So good for him. I have Lotus in the 2. Again, Trippy struggling Lotus, having another solid season. Based in the 3, she's given me no reason to pick against her. Lemur in the 4, and Saku in the 5. But I'm saying Saku is the only win for License. I'm saying 4-1 Spies.
Ooh, spicy.
Dominant week. All right. Next up, we have No Pros here versus F2L Black. I'll run us through this one. Our 1 seed, we have...
hold up, we got the... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I fixed it. Maybe. In the 1 seed, we have Agent PWE versus Coles. 2 seed, we have Skittles versus Liquidox. 3 seed, we already had Posca continuing his 8-0 season over Rebob 3-1. 4 seed.
That man's winning before we even do the show. My God.
No, not just that. Winning like at noon Monday.
Yeah.
What? It was like 1 p.m. I was about to go into work, and I go and look at the scoreboard and see that Posca is already won. I was like, "Jeez, man, what do you? Why you couldn't wait until nightfall? Come on, man."
That's a typo. That's a typo.
I'm just waiting to find the one opponent that will be willing to play me at like 3:01 Eastern right after rollover happens.
That has happened before. That has happened once before, and I have actually been wanting to do that myself at some point, just for shits and grins.
Well,
so, Ted, if me and you ever match up, hit me up.
I was gonna say I'm a little upset that we didn't play in Hero this season because we should have done that if so. But
yeah, me too, man.
Anyways, 4 seed Disco versus Chronic. 5 seed Electabuzz versus Kazargar. All right, so for my predictions, I have Coles on the 1. Just A, the huge PR gap. B, Pee-wee not having that great of a season. 2 seed Ox over Skittles because Liquid Ox is just an insane player. 3 seed obviously Posca. 4 seed Chronic over Disco because again Chronic's just having a better season. 5 seed Buzz, even though he had his first loss of the season last week, I don't think he's gonna follow that up. I'm having him over Kazargar. So that is 3-2 for F2L. Ron, what do you think?
I copied your homework on this one here, Ted.
Oh, you did? How about that?
I think I'm pretty. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was going to pick Posca before the match was played, considering that he hasn't lost all season, and I'm not picking against him until he loses, and or until he plays based, which is coming in like 2 weeks. But that was just crazy that it went in so quick and he won. Agent PWE versus Coles. I think Coles just wins it again based on that PR gap and the fact that PWE is slightly below 500. Coles winning his first one. Same with kind of the record and PR here for Skittles versus Ox. Ox is having a killer season, and I think he keeps rolling with the win over Skittles. Chronic versus Disco. Chronic is just also lighting it up in the Hero this season so far and really having a great time in the 4 seed. I think he gets the win there. And Electabuzz versus Kazargar, I think, Buzz, maybe last week was a fluke against Saku. Maybe,
Nope.
Maybe not. But I think Electabuzz, he's just had way too good of a season so far, and I think he just gets right back on track with a win. So I am calling it 3-2 F2L. Same picks as Ted here.
Also, I would just like to publicly say that I checked. It is 2 weeks from now. And Posca and Based, if you two would please clear your schedule for 10 p.m. on Tuesday night that week so we can stream that match. Please.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah. If you're listening, please.
That would be so good. Come on, guys.
Don't make me get on my knees. All right, I will.
Posca likes to play early. Just don't play that early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Sage, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm thinking a little bit differently from you guys. Just a little bit. All right. I think Pee-wee, our man Pee-wee, takes it over Coles here in the 1. He's not doing maybe super duper hot this season, but I think he's pretty good. I think he can take Coles. All right. In the 2, Skittles came in. I gotta say I have a little bit of bias right now this week going in, because Skittles came in for the last week of Wild for my team and knocked it out of the park. We almost won. We could have. We could have done it, all right? And if we'd won it, we would have knocked Waygate out of playoff contention, and that would have just been hilarious. I would have ate it up. Anyways, Skittles came in clutch and helped us out there, and I got to pick him this week. I might pick him every week going forward, I'll be honest. I love the guy. He's my hero right now. Skittles, I'm picking him in the 2 to take it over Liquid Ox, who's having a stellar season. But Ox, you got your what's it saying? You got your work cut out for you. In the 3, I mean, thank you, Posca, for the 3 points. In the 4, I'm picking the Chronic, who's having a pretty darn good season. He gave me a run for my money as well, and took it away from me. In the 5, even though he just lost to Saku, Electabuzz just seems like the clear front-runner here for who we should probably pick in the 5. But so that gives it 4-1 to NPH this week for myself. No bias, I promise, except the 1.
All right, Shunsui?
I got Kazargar winning because Electabuzz, me and you got some unfinished business, and I will tend to that shortly. I got the Chronic winning. I didn't check the charts, but Rebobson, aka Rebrosen, I picked him, but I think the current score is a typo. It's all good. He'll get his revenge. I got Liquid Ox winning, and I personally don't really like Coles. I don't know him as a guy in real life. He's probably dope, but his THL personality is I'm never going to pick him to win. So I got Agent beating Coles, and I think F2L Black is going to take it.
Spicy. No bias here.
Not at all.
I appreciate that, man. You made your picks for Robobson before the results came in, and you stuck by it. I can respect that.
Yeah, they were definitely after the results, but I got faith in Reboston. That's my bro.
Nice.
All right. Next up, we have Dad Legend versus the Young Guns. Sage, would you like to run us through this one?
Gladly. I love to run my old team through things. So we've got Dad Legend versus Young Guns. I love Dad Legend. I miss being in their team chats. Honestly, they were a lot of fun to hang out with. Will y'all invite me back? Anyways, it's not like I'm making playoffs. No, wait, we have an outside chance, don't we, Ron?
Outside chance, yeah. Unlikely, but it's possible.
If I can turn it around, maybe. If we just hit 20-point weeks back to back, okay, this is maybe a discussion for another time. Anyways,
so Dad Legend, Young Guns.
Dad Legend versus Young Guns. In the 1, we've got Icicles versus Dabs. In the 2, we've got Starlax versus Catman, 1950, that 70-year-old man. In the 3, we've got Yellow Dart versus Buse. My boy Buse. I met him IRL. He's a real good guy. A lot of fun to talk to. In the 4, we've got Hockey versus Diamond. I wish they volunteered to be on stream today. That would have been fun. In the 5, we've got Turd Herder versus Doomsday. And in the 1, I believe in Icicles. He's really picked it up after those 2 weeks that they seemed to drop, the ball a little bit. They picked it back up. And I think he's going to have the ball this week. I'm going to give it to Icicles over Dabs here. In the 2, Starlax versus Catman. Catman, they kind of have opposite records right now, and it makes it a little difficult to pick for Catman here. Starlax is 5-2, he's 2-5, so I think I'm going to go with Starlax. In the 3, the 4 and 3 Yellow Dart versus 2 and 5 Buse. Buse is a great guy, but I think Yellow Dart really wants to try to pick up a second in a row championship here, and they're making that playoff push to try to really put the concrete in their playoff chances, And so I'm giving it the Yellow Dart here. And in the 4, Hockey versus Diamond, I think probably Hockey's just going to take it 3-1 over Diamond here. It's a tough call. Maybe Diamond does what he did was it last week? At this point. And takes it 3-1 over Hockey. Who knows? And maybe Drew just hits again. But at this point, I think Hockey probably takes it 3-1 over Diamond. In the 5, Turd Herder versus Doomsday. Doomsday's not having a stellar season himself, and Turd is doing pretty darn good. He's positive. Everybody's positive on Dad Legend right now, and that is a good sight to see. I'm going to give it to Dad Legend 5-0 this week, guys.
Wow.
I hope that doesn't curse them for a second time this season. But I believe in you guys. You can do it. You'll get there.
He hopes.
Icicles does not look happy in chat. And anyways, Ron, you can go ahead.
All right. So this one, Dad Legend versus Young Guns. Well, I have a proud tradition of picking against Isocles every week in Hero. It's worked out to the tune of I've been wrong 5 times and right twice. So that being said, I'm going to go with the Masters Tour qualifier here. Dabs himself gets the win for the Young Guns in the 1. I think Starlax picks up the victory over the 70-year-old man in Catman in the 2. I think this was a tough pick. Yellow Dart versus Buse here. I know it's the highlight of Buse's week every week that I always pick against him. So just to ruin that, I think Buse is going to win over Yellow Dart here, picking up that surprise victory for the Young Guns. And Young Guns, starting to feel like, hey, maybe we're going to beat Dad Legend. But nope, sorry. Hockey and Turd win 3-2 Dad Legend.
Oh, man.
And Dad Legend continues their march towards the playoffs, and Young Guns keeps hanging out at the bottom of the standings.
All right. I'll go next. And you know what? I believe I did copy Sage's homework for this one. I'm just going to say it 5-0 Dad Legend. Of course, Hockey Boy's taking the... No, you know what? I think Young Guns are smart. I I originally
Mr.
had
Yell
it.
all the way down.
I originally had it as Diamond losing 1-3, but no, I'm pretty sure Young Guns are just going to get swept every match to stay at the magical number.
It's gonna be a 20-0 week.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's going to happen for the rest of the season. And I swear, if I see 1 point on that Young Guns board, I'm going to be very disappointed in you guys.
Classic. I like it.
Dude, I was thinking of that right before you. I was like, why didn't I like call out a full sweep? And then you went there, man.
All right. And lastly, Shunsui, what do you think?
I have Turd Herder. That's my guy. I gotta go with Turd Herder. No bias at all. Diamond looks like he's having a tough 1-4 season, so I'm gonna roll with Hockey Boy. Sorry, Diamond, love you, bro. I got Yellow Dart. I also have Starlex, and I like to dab, so I think the Dabster is going to take the top spot, but Dad Legend takes it 4-1. Not too convincing though. I think it'll only be about 3 or 4 points. The Yellow Dart's a good captain. He's a good dude, so I think he always has his team well prepared for battle.
Definitely. All right. Next up, we do have ATL versus Tam Tam Surf Slam. Ron, go ahead.
All right. So this one, these teams are really fighting for the playoffs here. This is a really important one for Tan Pams, and ATL can't really afford to have a loss either. So this will be interesting. I hope maybe we could get maybe some of these on stream. But to run through it, we've got Blue Spartan versus A2 in the Battle of the Ones. This should be really exciting. NHL, Marty Brodeur versus Binoculars in the 2. Two really strong 2 seeds duking it out. Shadow Ranger versus JR Juggalo in the 3. Free Hong Kong versus Osmonaut in the 4. And Shunsui versus It's Me Mike V in the 5. I could see any of these matches going either way down the entire line. So this was kind of hard to pick, but I think Blue Spartan's got the slight edge over A2. I think he takes the victory in the 1. Marty Brodeur really impressed me last week with the sweep over R-Hat, even though Lars was right there with him beating Lotus Knight too. I think Marty Brodeur takes this win here, keeps a hot streak going. Shadow Ranger was undefeated before he had to play Pasca and Based, and now that he's playing a player that's actually lost before in JR, I think he gets back on track with another win. Free Hong Kong versus Oz. Gonna pick my legacy captain, no bias. Oz gets the victory there. And in the last seed, Shunsui versus It's Me, Mike V. Mike, I hope you're ready for the Shadow Realm because Shunsui knows where to send you. That's going to be a 3-2 for ATL.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. I was waiting for the first mention of the Shadow Realm tonight. All right, Sage, what do you think?
All right, man. Yeah, I gotta say this does look really like a toss-up almost the whole way down. It
doesn't.
I have a good feeling that we're all gonna have very differing opinions on this entire matchup tonight. And I'll start with this. I think A2 can take it over Blue here. I love Blue, and I think A2 has the chops. He's got it. And I think Blue is gonna go 5. He's gonna be 5-3 next week. So we got A2 taking it in the 1. Martin Brodeur again. He really impressed me last week with his performance against R-Hat, and I think he takes it over Binoculars. So get him, Martin. Make me proud, man. And in the 3, I've got Shadow Ranger is a really excellent player. I have him taking it over JR Juggalo. In the 4, Oz has always given me trouble in the past. He's a very excellent player. I kind of think he should be higher up, honestly. The fact he's in a 4 is kind of ridiculous to me, but he's way better than the 4 seed. And he's going to take it here in the 4. And in the 5, Shunsui, man, send him there, please. Take all of his Millennium items while you're at it. You know, just do me that favor. All right, and that gets it 3-2 to Tan Pam Surf Slam.
Whoa.
All right.
Tell me how you really feel.
All right, you know what? See, unlike Sage, I respect our guests. I have Blue in the 1, Lars in the 2, Shadow in the 3. Sorry, I can't go against my legacy captain Osmonaut in the 4, but Shunsui doing some great Shadow Realm work this week for a 4-1 win for ATL. I know it's bold.
It. I like it.
Shunsui, what are you thinking?
Well, if I hop on stream, it's been doing well for me, so I can take out Mike V. But he does punish people for bad math, so I got to make sure my counting's on point. So, Mike V, if you want to stream, let me know. I'm sure the guys would be down with that. Osmonaut is my friend in real life, and like if anybody roll up on him, you got to deal with me. But I can't go against my teammate, even though Free Hong Kong has swept me twice when we played during the regular season. But Hong Kong's going to take it. I've been talking to Shadow Ranger. His dual fire has not went out. He's ready to go. He's been practicing. He's prepped, and you know he's going to get him. Shadow Ranger, Binoculars is going to get it, and my captain. I think Battleship's on my legacy team, and Blue Spartan's our captain. So that's going to be an interesting duel between the two chats and stuff like that. But Spartan has us prepped up, ready to go. He's always communicating with us. He's always dropping numbers on us. And we gonna go 5-0 because we need them points.
I love
ATL.
Solid, yeah. Dead. It's a patented caster strategy as well. 5-0 your team.
Yeah.
Yep.
No bias. No bias.
Either that or 5-0 the other team.
Yeah, that one's called the Sage.
Oh.
All right. Next up, we have the Cult versus Booze Cruise. In the 1 seed, Heat Shock versus Zancat. 2 seed, Champ versus Dr. Bomb. 3 seed, Sanguine versus Your Mum. 4 seed, myself versus Matty Ebbs. 5 seed, Quaz versus Chewbacca. And, I mean, I'm just going to get on with it. 4-1 Cult, everybody except me. Easy.
Nice. Yep. Tried and true.
Yep. Ron, what are your thoughts?
All right, so this one, Cult and Booze Cruise, this is really important for Cult. We're so late in the season where basically every week here on out for almost every team, unless you feel like you're eliminated, is a must win. Same for Booze Cruise. I don't know if there's a path to the playoffs, but if there is, it's probably starting with a 20-point week here. So, like, everything's important. That being said, I think Heat Shock is too good. I'm just never picking against Heat Shock pretty much. I think he takes the 1 seed for Cult. I think Champ wins in the 2. Sanguine is really on a tear, especially coming off that huge win over Hockey on stream. I think Sanguine beats your Mumked in the 3. Ted, I don't know if I could pick you though, buddy. I'm gonna give this one to Matty Epps. And
of course you would.
And I've got Chewbacca winning in the 5 over Quaz, but that's going to be enough for Cult. That's going to do it 3-2.
All right, Sage.
He stepped out for a second.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got the Cult going 5-0.
Oh wow! There we go. That's a spicy pick.
Shout out to my boy Quaz and the Big Ted, man. Y'all
Thank
hold
you.
it down.
Appreciate it.
Get them wins up. Yeah. So yeah, we good. 5-0 for the Cult, man.
Wow, I thought you were going to give me some more breathing room there, Shunsui. You helped me out, and then you immediately just said, "All right, it's 5-0. All right, Sage, on to you."
Well, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. I didn't think it's going to be going that
long. That's a good setup. You walked right into that, Sage.
little the anthem quote there. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh. That's
oh my god!
All right, so that's it now. Oh, what are we doing again? The Cult versus Booze?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so we got Heatshock versus Zancat in the one. Heatshock, oh man, this guy, he is so good. I've done some co-oping with him here in recent times, and he is incredible. But I'm picking Zancat here, honestly. I think Zancat can take it over him. Zancat is really excellent as well. I think Zancat probably takes it and gives Heatshock a real run for his money and takes his lunch money from him. And in the two, I've got the last champ taking it over Dr. Bomb D here. I think the last champ is a really stellar player, and Dr. Bomb D, despite beating Ron last week, is just not going to bring it home this week. In the three, I can't root against my girl, the Blood Princess. She is going to exsanguinate your mumked and show him what everything looks like on the inside. And
Wow.
I don't know why I had to get so gory with that one. I'm sorry. In the four, I've got Matty Ebbs, who I think just beat me last week. He's going to take down Ted this next week. And in the five, I think Shu probably learns his lesson against who was it that beat him last week? I don't remember, but Shu learns it and beats Quaz.
Silver beat him last week.
Right, Silver. So
just your team's
yeah,
captain, no big deal. No reason to remember that.
No, none at all. None at all. I knew it stuck with me for some reason. But yeah, and this gives it to Booze 3-2. I believe in Booze Cruise. I think they're gonna try to knock the Colt. They're gonna try to spoil their chances here a little bit. And
all right, big pick.
Yeah. I mean, like, at least we have chances to be spoiled.
Hey.
Anyways.
Oh. Always hitting below the belt.
Moving on to our final match. Bernadette's versus Anoyo team. And Mr. James Bond, go ahead and take it away.
Oh, all right, baby. Yes. All right, so we got the Bernadette's versus Noyo team. In the one, we got Lord Herthy versus Desharmu. In the two, we got RonMexico himself versus R-Hat himself, the man, the myths, the legends, the men, the myths, yeah. In the three, we got Starkey versus Dano. In the four, myself, Sage, versus Man at Arms. And in the five, we will see Silver take on Jim Phylos. And I gotta say, I love all the people on both of these teams. They were all great people, and this was a tough pick. I tried to take it totally reasonably and not do my usual totally biased thing. So I'm sorry for everybody involved for not just, entertaining you with that dumb nonsense that I do. Anyways, in the one, I think Herthy takes it over here over Desharmu.
Wow.
Desharmu not having a super hot season. And Lord Herthy is a force to be reckoned with right now. He is hard carrying along with Starkey for the Burnators this season. And in the two, I think R-Hat probably beats you, Ron. I'm sorry, man. I love you.
Whoa.
But R-Hat's got your number.
I've been getting wrecked all season. That's not surprising.
Oh yeah, I didn't pick myself. I can guarantee you that. In the three, Medusa's again hard carrying Burnators is going to take it over Dano, who I understand is having some issues with IRL as well right now, and that might be something to do with his record at the moment. And I can't blame him for that. But when it just comes down to who's going to win, I think Starkey is probably going to take it here. Myself, I can't tell. I got no excuses, all right? I'm just not doing it this season for some reason. And I had Matt beating my butt every time here. And in the five, I think Silver is going to take it over Jim. I think, I've talked up Jim a lot on this show. I really love Jim. He's a great guy. I played on a team with him, and we did super good together. And we took it all the way to finals. But I think Silver beats him here, and that gives it 3-2 for the Burnators. We're going to pick up another win. I believe in us. If not myself.
Nice.
All right, Ron, go ahead.
All right, so Herthy versus Desharmu, both incredible players. I just am always picking Herthy in every game he plays. I just have that feeling that he's always going to win. I think he picks up the victory in the one. As far as myself, logic tells me sitting at 1-6 and dropping, I don't know, like 80 PR and counting this season, I am probably going to lose to R-Hat. But you know what? You got to believe in yourself. And I've still think I'm going to win every game I ever play. And if you don't think that way, then you're setting yourself up for a loss. So here we go. I beat R-Hat in the 2. We've got Starkey, Medusa's beating Dano in the 3. To that same extent, though, I have no faith in Sage. Sage is going 0-8. Matt's going to take this one in the 4. And
I can't argue. I really.
and Silver, I think he rides the high of getting the sweep off of Shu last week. I think he takes down Jim in the 5, and it's going to be a 4-1, much needed week of points for Burninator's.
All right. I'm up next in the 1 seed. I have Harthy taking it over Ducharmo. Ducharmo out of 550. That's unbelievable. That's really surprising to me.
It's been that kind of rocky season.
Yeah. 2 seed, Ron, I believe you're going to continue your speed run down to 50 PR and let R-Hat take the win over you. 3 seed,
Damn.
Medusa's, again, insane season, can't pick against him. 4 seed, Sage, horrible season, can't pick against him. So that is Medusa's and Meta Arms. And in the 5, I'm giving it to Jim. And I'm actually giving the 1-3 to Anoya teams.
Continuing the Burninator's hate all season long. Why change it now?
Yep. And finally, Shunsui.
I don't blame him. I just appreciate that it's a little more realistic at this point.
Yeah.
The courage of your convictions. I guess I'm up next.
Yep.
I got Little Harthy winning. Little Harthy's good. I like him. He's a cool cat. RonMexico, that's my guy. He's gonna smash. Medusa 6-1, so it's hard to go against him. Sage, I got your back, homie. You gonna win 3-1 this week. And Silver Fox Demon over Jim Filo. So 5-0 for Burninators, and not just because I'm in their chat.
Nice. I do sincerely appreciate your belief in me. I will try to run with it and see what I can do. I can tell you right now, I've changed up my lineup this week. That's why it's already been submitted. I know a lot of people, I've been told that they prep against me by just expecting me to roll over. Well, just a little tip to you guys out there on the opposing team. I didn't roll over this week. So come at me. I'm going to get you.
I don't know, Sage. That feels like a pretty clever way of saying I didn't roll over, but I'm still bringing the same lineup. So definitely don't prep against that.
I'm trying to get in your head. Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. Anyways, it's now time for an interview.
That about wraps it up for the predictions. Yeah. We got our interview, and then
the moment you've all been waiting for, the interview with the one and only Shunsui.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready, Shunsui?
Of course. I was born ready. Dual disc is on.
Yeah, you were not born too slow. I believe that.
Right.
So, to start it off, how does your team prep each week? Voice chat, scrims, charts, etc.
Well, they helped me climb on the ladder when they got time. Alien Santa is really big help. I'm usually the duelist that goes with the natural flow of things, but Blue Spartan has opened my eyes to statistics and number crunching a little bit more, and that's helped me out a lot. He runs charts. We do scrimmages. We're always in voice chat. It's a really good cohesive group in Hero and Legacy. I love being part of ATL, man. It's a wonderful place. Shout out to my guys.
Yeah, speaking of Alien Santa, he didn't do too hot last season, but I guess he's still helping y'all out, huh? He's a really great guy. I love Alien Santa.
Yeah, that's the GOAT, man. I love that guy. His brother's my eternal rival also. I need to get with him and have some duels too.
Oh, yeah? I believe that. And so, moving on, what advice would you have for any new players or captains coming into THL?
Well, hopefully I become a captain for Legacy next season. And as far as new players go, I met this guy in Arena named RonMexico. I was on a good streak, 6-2, something like that. He just smashed me. Sent him a friend request, and we were teammates on how to prep us for rogue, not pilots. Prep us for pilots, not rogue. He's been my guy ever since, man. New players, just do your best and just duel and have fun. Captains, new captains, be there for your team. Like sometimes they need a friend, sometimes they don't need a captain, sometimes they need a therapist. Sometimes they just need you to be more than the captain, and you have to go that extra mile for your team, whether it's posting statistics or staying up late to have a chat or just doing some ladder climbing on co-op. You just got to be there and be dedicated and show them that you're there for them.
Nice. Yeah, I forgot if it was arena or ladder that we ran into each other, Shunsui. But I'm so glad that you brought me into THL. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you're here, man. It looks like you're having fun. You got your thing, got your swag going. I'm proud.
Right on. There's a question for Ted in the chat.
Oh boy, hold on. Oh my god.
Maybe we finish up the interview.
Well, we'll finish the interview if there's time, Quaz. If there's time, we'll get to that.
Yeah, there's not going to be time.
I don't mind. I
No,
don't
no,
mind
it's
sharing some airtime with
no,
Ted.
no. Moving on. What is your favorite roster you've ever played with?
Well, I won a championship with the Texas Stubbies, even though Charles swept me on stream. I was undefeated on stream that season till Lefty swept me in the finals. So shout out to Lefty. I love that guy. That's my brother. I do miss my guys from Booty Sweat. I've been on Noob Central, ATL, and Fuel was my captain also. I think the guys from Booty Sweat, we haven't been together in a long time. I think I miss Booty Sweat the most, and the name is hilarious. So I think I'm gonna roll with Booty Sweat as my favorite roster. It's my second championship, and we had a blast.
Yeah, speaking of Booty Sweat, I did the interview for your team after y'all won, and that was a lot of fun. You were actually my favorite person to interview on your whole team. I just want you to know that. Like, the other guys were good, but you just had the most personality in your responses, and it was, I think, I remember when we did that, we saved, like, the best one for last, but it was like a weekly increment thing where we did like one each week, and yeah, we saved yours for last because it was the best, and you guys did have a hilarious name. But man.
Being this handsome is hard, man. It's a tough job.
I just want to say I remember that, and thank you for that, man. I was worried that it was going to be a kind of boring interview for me.
No problem, man. You did great. You did great. I appreciate your
time. Before we move on, big shout. I was gonna say big shout out to Quaz, 16-month Twitch Prime. That's insane.
He wants those cuddles, so
well, just send me a number, Quaz. I'll give you the cuddles.
Not from you. He specifically said Ted. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Anyways, next up, do you have any funny stories about your team? Like any inside jokes, that kind of stuff?
Well, for the most part, it's kind of like you had to be there and read the build up to the joke. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Yeah.
It's been mostly business, and I can respect that. It's we're organized and we're there for each other. We have chuckles all the time. Like I was playing Highlander Druid, and I had like 2 Alex Strazas, a Chef Nomi, 2 Yaceras in my hands. So we post pictures and stuff all the time, and post meme. We have a meme channel, so it's pretty fun. But for the most part, it's business, and when the jokes come, they come.
All right.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention Shunsui. I'm so sorry, man. You were my inspiration to try to get my crossover championship. Like, you really were. When I found out that you had one in Legacy and Hero, I was like, well, now I need to get one because I can't be one-upped by Shunsui.
There you go.
It was tough. It was tough to do, man. The metas were kind to me those seasons.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of all about that. There is a such thing as RNGesus, but the meta has a big part in what you do.
Oh yeah, you got to enjoy the meta to do well. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we've got some questions from the audience that we picked up here. Skittles asked, "What is it like being keeper of the Shadow Realm? Will you let any old folk in there, or are there specific qualifications for banishment?" Sorry,
the qualifications for banishment are losing a duel in the shadows, but most part the shadows accept the souls of anyone I send just because I am their emissary. As I think that's the best way to put it. being the keeper of the shadows, you get a lot of training in the 10 times gravity, the darkness, the bond with your cards, and it's tough. Sometimes the shadows keep me there and don't allow success. But when it happens, it happens. I've sent a couple souls there. The shadows are happy with me.
Nice.
Got to use
Good answer.
Got to use those. Got to use those Millennium items.
We got one from chat as well. Pond asks, "Who is your biggest rival?"
Hey, if it ain't me, I'm be mad.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be mad. You are second on the list, my man. But a couple weeks before my first season, I was on Battle 5, and Lefty was my first person on my friends list. And then it was Blue Spartan because I faced him in a Battle 5 tournament a couple weeks before my first season with the Stubs. And he's just been a real big part of my dueling. You know what I'm saying? So I had to give it to Blue Spartan. He was the second person on my friends list, and we've had interactions, and he's been a good friend. He's been a good leader, a good captain. So yeah, I got to give it to Spartan. It's Spartan, Sage, Saku, and I could keep going, man. I got 800 rivals, 175 friends on my friends list. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody who I ever said was my eternal rival. I love all y'all, and I am the duelist I am because of steel sharp as steel.
I legitimately think I haven't faced anybody in PHL more than I faced you, Shunsui, and I'm not even sure what a record is at this point. I just know, I'm pretty sure I'm positive, but that could always.
Yeah, I think you up a couple. You and Saku have my number for some reason, man. I can't beat y'all. I beat y'all the first 2 times, and then y'all went on a 3-win streak apiece. It's crazy.
Yeah, it does happen that way, don't it? Man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I was like, man, if I'm not your eternal rival, I'm gonna be so mad. Come on.
You definitely are, but Blue, like I said, I met Blue Spartan before anybody in THL. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's
Blue's a great guy.
Good. Yeah, for sure.
All right, and our final question is from Diamond, who asked, "Wait, is he working out on stream?"
I'm not in Maryland. I'm not in Maryland anymore. I did have some dumbbells that I was lifting while we was doing this. I probably should turned on my video or whatever. But I'm still in shape. I'm still kind of handsome. You know how I go. Doing the same thing. Shout out to Diamond. That's my guy. Shout out to Skittles for the questions.
All right.
Yep.
I do believe that does wrap us up.
Wraps it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick rundown of our remaining shows this week. Tomorrow night we have Hearth Center, as always, with not Saku, Donde, and Lotus Knight. On Thursday we have Tavern Talk with Sharmo, and are you coming back this week again, Ron?
I think so.
Okay.
Dano, I think, still needs to take another week. Just more real life stuff he's got to deal with. So they asked me to help. It might be Myanodon subbing, but if it's not, then I'll probably fill in.
Okay. So one of you and Travis. And then we have, of course, Friday Night Fights this week. However, we do actually know what matches are going to be on stream at this point. We have on Friday Night Fights. Hold on, let me find them. Coles versus Dabs in the Hero Series. Lotus Knight versus Based Inc. in the Legacy Series, and also in the Legacy Series, Inzi versus Booze. That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern and runs on from that point. And the casters for that are Brushy Tuna and Silver Tea Fox. Of course, we have Saturday. What is it? Salty Saturday. I'm not sure what the matches are for that yet. I'm not sure what the matches are for Schoolstone, but that's going to be either Saturday or Sunday. And we also have what? Sorry.
My bad. I was saying I'm available for any streaming.
All
so
right.
Matter of fact, I need to email Mike V while I'm bullshitting, actually.
There you go.
All right.
Get on stream quick.
Man, get it.
Yeah, and we also have Sunday Night Showdown with at least going on at 8 p.m. Base Thing versus Heat Shock. There might be additional matches to that. And that looks like that's going to be our very own RonMexico going with Brushy Tuna. And I might be stepping in either from Friday or Sunday night. I think Sunday might be necessary because you guys might need a neutral party.
For all those of you out there listening, Heat Shock versus Based is, oh my god, that's such a hype match. I'm really excited to cast it. And the only thing I'm not excited about is being together with Tuna. But it's fine. We'll deal. We'll put up with it for the match.
Yeah.
And a couple shout outs. I don't know why you're lead into that. Remind me of this, Ron, but please nominate players for Player of the Week. Nominate your friends if they do well. Nominate whoever. If you think somebody did well, nominate them. There's a good chance that they get it. Saku's probably going to get it this week. I'm sure somebody's going to nominate him. But nominate people. Come on, you got to send them in. If you want people to get it, you got to nominate them. And get on stream, please. They got the little option. Make it easy for the people setting it up to figure out who wants to be on and when their availability is. So yeah, just trying to make it easy on you guys here. Just do the stuff, do the thing, and
Absolutely.
have fun.
All right, and of course, also that brings us back to the beginning of the week where we have the brand new Wild show, Wild and Out, and you're definitely going to want to tune into that one as it is the beginning of their playoffs. Or I guess that'll be in the middle of the playoffs next week. And of course, that is with Mike V, Brady Berdour, and Lefty. Also, just two really quick shout-outs I want to make. Make sure to sign up for a captain if you want to be captain next season. Hero Series is on the rise again, but it still needs more help. We're up to 12 captains from 10 last season, but let's get it back up to the point where it was. Let's bring back 2 conferences. Also, if you have any players who have been outstanding for multiple seasons, make sure to nominate them for Hall of Fame.
Yes, that too. Hall of Fame nominations just opened up again, and definitely nominate your friends if you think your friends are worthy of it, or even if they're not. They will look at anybody you nominate, all right? And even if they're not, then they'll just I know how it works. All right, just nominate people.
I need to increase my resume before I can do that. Two championships and an all-star ain't enough.
That's a pretty decent resume. You might check it out.
All right.
Cool.
But anyways, I do believe
that's what
that
I'm saying.
is the end.
Just nominate your friends. Jeez, man.
I do believe that is the end of our show. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in.
Also, I want to
thank you, Shunsui.
No problem. I want to give a quick shout out to Dirty Mike and Misadventure. They brought a child into the world. His name is Levi Brady Egan, and he will be a king amongst kings. So shout out to them. Love you guys. Shout out to Tam Pam, the Stubbs, my guild mates, and shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you letting me slide through and have some fun with you.
Of course, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for
thanks
joining
for being
us.
here.
No problem.
You are my eternal rival, Shunsui. I'll tell you that. That's why I was so hurt. You are my eternal rival. All right. And thank you so much for joining us. It's always fun to interact with you, Shunsui, and I'm glad you joined us tonight.
Yeah.
And thank everybody. Thank all of our viewers for watching us, whether it's live right now or on YouTube tomorrow in the future, whenever it is. Thank you so much for watching and coming in and participating with us in THL.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I've been Ted.
I've been Sage.
I'm RonMexico.
I am Shunsui, the keeper of the shadows and millennium items.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again.
Have a great